Hi, welcome back to another gadget report. Let's talk gadgets. And this week we are going to talk about airlines and what makes an airline one of our favorite airlines. What do we consider, or what should we consider about making it our favorite airline, or what do we take into account as being a good airline or a bad airline? So stick around. Let's talk gadgets and airlines. So, first of all, I would like to say that all the content of this video is my personal opinion, and of course, it's not based in any scientific data or anything like that. It's just my humble opinion about what makes an airline a good airline. Everybody knows about all these, statistics and all these awards, and some airlines are awarded the best airline in the world, and this and that, and all of these things. But my question is, would those airlines be our favorite airlines, and why? Yes, or why not? So in my particular case, I think what makes a good airline is the experience that you have when you fly that airline, and that I believe doesn't doesn't stay just with the pricing or the experience inside the aircraft. I think it's the whole experience, is the service, obviously the pricing, the website. I think it starts with a website. If a website is nice, clear, easy to navigate, if it is in several languages, which obviously most airlines have that, should be adequately translated. And when I say adequately, I already mentioned this before, localized, so it is fluent and it is culturally acceptable in the country that is being published, because sometimes there's variants. I know with Portugal this happens a lot of times, and we have the websites published in Portugal written in Brazilian Portuguese, which is not the same thing. So that is something that attention to detail is very important, I believe, for airlines. And if they have a good website, easy to navigate, information is all there, and when you want to book your flights, you just go there. It's easy steps. You book your flights, you choose whatever you want, and in a few minutes you get your flights booked. All information, for example, luggage allowance, all of those things that you obviously need when you fly. If you have everything, all that information provided and easily accessible to you, I think it's important. So for me, the good experience starts with a website, then it goes and on the check-in, if you go and you see and you greet it with a smile and you have a good experience, everything runs smoothly. You just drop off your bags, you show your passport, your tickets, everything is done easily and runs smoothly. And then of course your experience inside the aircraft, if the crew is nice, smiley, if they are friendly, which is I think is very important. If the whole thing, if you have space, if you're not crammed into a seat that you can't even move, all of this, I think it counts towards considering an airline a good airline. If the airports where you are, of mainly the hub, because all airlines have their own hub. For example, for Qantas would be Sydney. It's every airline. For example, British Airways would be Heathrow. If the hub is easy to navigate, if it's a pleasant airport, all of that adds to that experience, and of course is going to add to the experience you have and the opinion you have about the airline. Some may say that airline is not as good. Some may say that airline is not their favorite. Of course, because we all have different opinions. For example, I have this opinion that some of the airlines that these days are quoted as the best, I wouldn't fly them because I would not, I don't consider them the best. So it's all a personal opinion, and obviously you take into account a lot of things, ethical values, moral values, human rights, etc. And if you take all of that in account, you might have different opinions. You know, it's no secret for me, one of my best ever airlines is British Airways, which unfortunately a lot of people these days complain about, and I feel sad about that. But I cannot say that I don't like British Airways because I had plenty of great experiences with them. Magnificent cruise. I had absolutely amazing experiences inside a British Airways aircraft. Always from my flights from Lisbon to Sydney, always great experiences, very friendly crews. Heathrow, I think, even though a lot of people think Heathrow is a very confusing airport, I don't think it is confusing at all. I never found Heathrow confusing. I always managed to navigate easily through the airport, and I had to change terminals, and I always managed to change my terminal, go to my gate without any issues. People are friendly there, at least has been always been my experience. People are friendly, and inside the aircraft, the experience, well, for me has been amazing, and that's why. And again, I say British Airways is not sponsoring my videos. This is just my personal opinion, and one that I haven't been hidden from anyone. I've said it many times, is one of my favorite airlines, if not my favorite airline. Another one that I really enjoy, and I have said many times as well, is Qantas. I like the service, I like the airline. Unfortunately, in recent years, the airline has been through a very rough patch, and things are not well. But I believe the bad days may be over, and the airline would start its path to success again, and to being our flying kangaroo that we all love, and I certainly do. KLM is another airline that I had a very good experience with, very friendly crews. I think, and I've said it many times, I think it's thanks to KLM crew that I became this aviation lover that I am today, because of that first experience that I had on a KLM flight from Lisbon to Amsterdam. It was amazing. The crew was truly fantastic. They knew that I was very nervous. They knew I was petrified, and they made sure that I had an amazing experience. I got out of that aircraft loving planes, loving aviation, and here I am with a YouTube channel about planes and about aviation. So I have to thank KLM and that crew. Unfortunately, I don't know their names. I can't remember. This was 20 odd years ago, so I cannot remember. But I thank KLM and their crew for this love of aviation that I have today. It's thanks to them and the amazing experience I had in that flight that everything went the way it went. Even though the flight after that was, and I already said, with Malaysia Airlines, in which I did not have a good experience at all, and obviously would tarnish a bit that trip. However, I cannot fault KLM. The only fault they had at the time was that partnership, that code share partnership with Malaysia Airlines. So sometimes it takes a very good or a very bad experience for you to change your mind about an airline. Or obviously sometimes it's for other reasons like human rights or ethical reasons, etc., which with me happens a lot. So I think sometimes I stay away from, and even though I report about it in my YouTube channels and in my articles, sometimes I stay away from those statistics, and I stay away from all of that, because I know that what makes a good experience is what you think about that airline, is what it's your experience with that particular airline, and not some award that was given by another company, by someone else. So this is my true opinion about what makes an airline great. And that's all for today. I hope you really enjoyed this gadget report, this airline talking. So, what's your best airline? What's your favorite? Why? Why do you choose the airline? What's your experiences? And did you ever had a bad experience with the airline? Which one? And what good experiences did you have with your favorite airline and why it made you feel that way about that particular airline? And if you have any subject you would like to see in our gadget reports, just leave in the comments down below. And of course, if you like anything, have any opinion, just leave in the comments. And put a like on the video and subscribe the channel with a click on the bell so you get a notification of a new gadget report every week. Before I go, I would like to thank you all for watching. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.